Welcome to this episode of Star Wars Declassified, where we're looking at different facts and stories revolving around the Star Wars canon universe and lore. In this episode, we'll be meeting the 4 members that encompass Inferno Squadron, Empire's extraordinary special operations team that completed missions no one else could. It had 4 members equally skilled as both soldiers and starfighter pilots, and were recruited into the Inferno Squad by Admiral Iden Versio, shortly after the destruction of the first Death Star. The squad had a balance of 2 female and male operatives in Iden Versio, Seyn Marana, Gideon Hask, and Meeko. The commander and face of the squad is of course Iden Versio. Iden grew up in the Imperial loyal planet of Vardos. Her father was the Imperial Admiral Iden Versio, and her mother was an artist who contributed to the designs of propaganda posters. She trained her entire life to be an Imperial commander and joined the ranks of the Galactic Empire, graduating top of her class at Coruscant Imperial University with honors. She notably participated in the Battle of Yavin as a senior lieutenant under the call sign Pi Sigma 3. She was actually one of the handful of survivors of the first Death Star, where she held the record for most verified kills in battle, and had the melancholy honor of never losing that title. After the battle, she was immediately given command of Inferno Squadron by her father, Admiral Versio. Next up is Seyn Marana, who was the 2nd female member and the main sniper of Inferno Squadron. Marana graduated as top of her class at the Imperial Academy of Yudder, a year early with honors, and was the youngest member of the squad. She possessed a gift of eidetic memory, which allowed her to be able to speak in 29 languages and read and write in 7. She was considered a master cryptologist and a superior shot, who can take out a foe at over 5 kilometers. Next is Gideon Hask, who was a male member who served 2nd in command of Inferno Squad. First in his class at Coruscant Imperial University, Hask served with valor aboard the Star Destroyer, the Mandate, where he received a battlefield promotion and the Crimson Star for his exceptional performance against the Rebel Alliance. Finally, Meeko was the 2nd male who served on Inferno Squadron and acted as the engineer. During his career, he worked his way up through the Imperial ladder, starting in the ranks as a stormtrooper to being a shore trooper and then finally as a TIE fighter pilot. He also received several commendations for courage under fire. In addition, his commanders even made notations that while he excelled in combat situations, he was particularly gifted with repairing everything from armor to droids to engines. Once the 4 candidates were identified, the squadron was first commissioned to infiltrate and destroy the Partisans, an extremist group once led by Saw Gerrera. From there, the squad engaged in the flux of other missions that seen them fighting all the way to the forest moon of Endor during the destruction of the 2nd Death Star. Inferno Squad's ship of choice was the Corvus, a Raider-class corvette which was used exclusively as the squad's main mode of transportation. After the Battle of Endor, Inferno Squad undertook missions for Operation Cinder, a part of Palpatine's contingency plan had he were to die. However, that's another story altogether. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Star Wars Declassified. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars related content. May the Force be with you, always.